Books are the quietest and most constant of friends, the most accessible and wisest of counselors, and the most patient of teachers. Now, if this assessment by American academic Charles Eliot is true, then this building has been a major contributor to education in Tobago. Today, we're touring the Charlotteville Branch Library, the island's oldest library with 62 years of service. Along the way, we'll also update you on all that's happened this past week. I'm Davia Chambers, and this is Let's Talk Tobago. In the headlines, Bethesda residents had their say in the one-on-one community meeting series. We've got the highlights from the THA Sport Awards 2017, and later we'll tell you the story of a well-known local fashion designer. These stories and more when Let's Talk Tobago continues. Stay with us.
Hey, why don't you step into the Scarborough Library facility? It has all the knowledge of our land, people and heritage that you just won't find online. The Scarborough Library facility is now open. Tobago Library Services. Information inspires innovation.
Service at the branch library was officially launched by Tobago icon APT James on May 11, 1956. A rental property from Emil Nicholson provided the library's first home, and it has since become a central point in the Charlotteville community. And speaking of the community, the one-on-one community meeting series resumed recently in Bethesda. Residents met their area representatives and the Tobago House of Assembly officials to get an update on progress in their district. Here's this story. Residents of the Plymouth-Bethesda electoral district grasped the chance to listen to those who manage the affairs of Tobago through the Tobago House of Assembly at the second community series meeting titled One-on-One, Your Assembly and You. And the residents were not shy to give their perspective, to raise their concerns with members of the THA.
I have a lot of issues. We have a lot of issues along the bay, especially jetty and how we offloading and safety, how we offloading and getting our load from boat to sand when the seas rough. We have no fish, the fisheries in a dilapidated condition, bad. And we wonder what you could do for we. Right now, things bad.
We've been looking at a couple of different options. One of the first options that the fishermen themselves would have given to us was the ladder. We did look at the ladder, but the engineers in the division in particular would have found that a hoist, a pulley system would have been probably more effective. And so we're looking at bringing that system into place instead. So as a matter of fact, we would have shelved that idea originally, so we put it back on the table. We have looked at the specs already for the jetty so that when the time comes that we can get the finances, we'll be able to mobilize it.
Residents also raised the issue of the maintenance of sporting facilities in the area.
The basketball court facility down the road is in need of some attention, please. We're unable to play basketball at the moment. The kids are unable to play lawn tennis.
Sports would have already sent someone and they took measurements and all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not sure when it will start, so don't take that to mean it will start next week, because we have to find the funding and so on, and if not, we'll have to put it and factor it into our budget for next year.
Agriculture was another burning issue.
For some years now, there is an agricultural project at the Corlan Estate. Could you give us an idea of what is produced there and what is the status of that?
There are some works being done at Corlan because that project had stalled for a while. So that project would also be handled under the aegis of the standing committee. What I can tell you as well is that we are seeking at this time to parcel out some of those lands in an attempt to provide licenses or access to those lands by persons who we feel are really interested in doing agriculture in a serious way.
The next one-on-one meeting is scheduled to take place on May 1st in the electoral district of Carnby, Mount Pleasant. The sod turning for a new building was done in 1993 under the support of late THA chairman Lennox Denoon. Designed by William Koo, the new building opened 39 years later in 1995. Now, it's not as popular as World Health Day, which passed recently, but Good Deeds Day is also about feeling good. Tobago joined the global celebrations for 2018, and Omadara Mills has the highlights. Take a look.
Every day is a good day to do a good deed. That's the lasting message one of the CARICOM youth ambassadors to Trinidad and Tobago, Dexter Wilson, wants volunteers and the public to take away from Tobago's celebration of Good Deeds Day 2018. Under the theme, Plant for Peace, people from various youth and non-governmental organizations came together to plant, beautify and spruce up one of the island's popular tourist attractions, the Mount Irvin Beach facility. Dexter explains why he's an advocate of Good Deeds Day and caring for the environment.
The vision of Good Deeds Day on the whole is if we can get people across the world to think good, to do good and be better, it will help increase the quality of living for people across the world.
This is the country's first celebration of Good Deeds Day. The initiative was started in 2007 in Israel by businesswoman and philanthropist Shari Arison. Now it's commemorated in over 90 countries worldwide. It focuses on doing good and volunteerism. Volunteers at the Mount Irvin Beach facility share why they are taking part in this Good Deeds project.
I decided to come due to the fact that, volunteering is a good way to give back. Oftentimes we are always worried about what we are going to receive, so this is a good initiative to give back, and especially to give back to the earth. As you see today, we are planting.
I believe the Good Deeds project is one of those kinds of ventures that can help people develop a social side of responsibility to the community. And also the beauty in the beach will help Tobago tourism industry a lot, so why not?
I think at the end of the day, everyone needs help in some way or the other. We always need assistance in some way or the other, and by giving back in return, it's always nice to see a smile on someone's face. So by giving back, you brighten someone's day, you make someone's day even more better than it was before.
It's hoped that this one day of doing good will inspire people to do good every day. Now, Dexter and his team received support from the Tobago House of Assembly and the Tobago Youth Council. Mr. Wilson hopes to continue working with public and private organizations to carry out other projects during his tenure as one of the CARICOM Youth Ambassadors for Trinidad and Tobago. I'm Omadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
The new building was initially run by part-time custodian Merle Moore. 1 year later, she was joined by Arthur Moore, who became branch library assistants, a newly created full-time position. Now, in recognition of International Women's Day, a series of activities are being held throughout the year to create awareness about the importance of women's reproductive health. Crystal George has more in this report. Listen up.
As part of International Women's Day 2018, the Division of Health, Wellness and Family Development is continuing to partner with the Tobago Regional Health Authority in an effort to increase awareness about women's health. Various forums are being held in Tobago. At a recent seminar, close attention was paid to making healthy choices and self-care for women, especially in preparation for or during pregnancy.
Efforts that we engage in must be such that we create a legacy for the next generation of women and girls, because we need to pay attention to that. We must ensure that our sexual and reproductive health services are well planned so that we can improve access to all our women, particularly our younger women.
The body of a woman is very delicate and complex. It goes through many changes during her life, at puberty, during pregnancy, and breastfeeding, and even when a woman stops being able to bear children. It is always important for women to take steps to protect their reproductive systems from infections and injuries.
Reproductive wellness is part of the package of women's rights, and these are impacted upon by the socio-political and economic context in which we live and work in as women.
Women's reproductive health is a very broad and intricate topic. Therefore, having adequate information is vital.
You do not need a pap smear if you're not having sex. Once you started having sex, it changes everything. Yes? So we say between the ages of 20, 21 to 65, you should be having your pap smear.
So if you're under 20 and you're bleeding very heavily, getting weak, missing school, seek medical attention. Make sure it's not something that all women go through. No, it could be a clotting problem.
I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago.
It's time for a break, but coming up next, we'll tell you who Tobago's top athletes are for 2017. Stay with us. Let's Talk Tobago. We'll be right back. The library's auditorium was named in honor of Arthur Moore, its only employee from 1969 to 1996. It was the first time in the history of Trinidad and Tobago that a section of a library building was named after an employee. We move to a different type of honor now, as Tobago's athletes were recognized for all their hard work in 2017 at the THA Sport Awards. In this next story, you'll find out who the top performers were. Here's Kundi Freitas.
Dream, work, succeed. It's the formula Tobago's athletes are being asked to adopt to ensure the island continues to churn out sporting talent on the national, regional and international stages. Tobago recently celebrated the achievements of its sportswomen and men at the 2017 THA Sport Awards. The event highlighted the year's top achievers. It was also an occasion to inspire the young stars to continue their development.
Tonight, you are encouraged to dream, see yourself in the future, and work towards being that person. Tonight, we recognize the dreamers. Excellence must not go unnoticed. Despite the challenges experienced over the last year, you were able to shine. You were able to move beyond boundaries. Tonight is living proof.
The athletes also received some timely advice about the importance of commitment to their calling. Coaches, parents, communities, and policymakers were also reminded of their key roles in ensuring the right environment for sport development.
These 4 pillars that I pointed out, the commitment of the athletes, the capacity of the coaches, the programs and policies of the state, and the support for the athlete, all these are needed to ensure that our athletes, our coaches, even our administrators push the envelope, go beyond the boundaries. And I dare say, if we all come together, again, Tobago, I keep saying it, we'll get to the point where Tobago, and for those who are from Trinidad, no offense, but we will be taking the lead going forward in track in sports in this country.
Among the awardees on the night were Wade Franklin, Coach of the Year, Zenith Athletic Club, Club of the Year, Tobago YMCA Aqua Warriors, Sport Administration of the Year, the Gentle Giants Foundation, Community Sport Program or Project of the Year, Carlton Forston, Sporting Icon, and Akeem Stewart, Para Athlete of the Year. LeBron James and Jalisha Alexander were the top primary school athletes of the year, while table tennis player Deron Douglas and netballer Kalilicia George were the top secondary school athletes. There was also special recognition for legendary boxer Claude Noel and the Tobago members of this country's 1991 Under-20 football team, the first from TNT to qualify for a World Cup. They were led by coach Bertil St. Clair. Then it was the moment everyone had been waiting for, as Asha James repeated as Sportswoman of the Year, and national 4x400 meters relay teammates Lalonde Gordon and Rennie Kwao could not be separated. They were crowned Joint Sportsman of the Year for their roles in bringing World Championships gold to this country. The night was completed by performances from versatile songstress Adana and panist Kirsch Ramsey. I'm Kundi Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
Over the years, the Charlotteville Branch Library has truly been a community space. It's a social hub for young Tobagonians and is also used to conduct social awareness and development programs right in this community. Now this, Young children who are introduced to the performing arts generally show greater development. In Tobago, there's a program seeking to expose our children to the fundamentals of dance, drama, and music. More from Omadara Mills.
1, 2, 3, 4, go back. 1, 2, 3, come forward, and 1, 2.
Simple steps to one of Tobago's popular folk dances, the ballet, is one of the dances pupils of the Lance for Me Methodist Primary School learned as part of the Dancing School program. The students also learned the fundamentals of drama. The initiative aims to get children involved in the arts due to their many benefits.
It helps with your self-esteem. It builds your character. It gives you, it helps you speak up. You could become, with drama, for instance, you could become a good spoken word person. Learn how to speak in public. With dance, also it helps you with how you carry about yourself as an individual, your poise, and your whole upbringing.
Drama and speech instructor Tasha Frank believes the performing arts aid in child development. To make her point, she shares her own story of growth and success.
I started drama in primary school, but then I was better introduced when I went to secondary school. And I'm being honest, I was a bit back and forth academically. And as soon as I joined the drama club at Signal Comprehensive, it is easier for you to focus in class and memorize stuff. And then you would see things the way you want to see them creatively, not in which the way the teacher might teach it to you, because sometimes you might not understand. And that helped me from 3rd form straight into 6th form and, well, the University of the West Indies.
The program caters to pupils from standards 1 to 4. So far, the dance and theatre instructors have visited primary schools in the north and windward parts of the island, and many students say they've enjoyed taking part in these classes.
I like the sessions because it is interactive and it will give the children better knowledge to go on to be a tutor. As I would like to learn dance and drama so I can go to other countries and show off what I have learned.
I like dance and drama because it shows how to let children do their talents and other activities.
The program was started at the beginning of this academic year under the Division of Education, Innovation and Energy. The sessions done at the Lance for Me Methodist Primary School will be available on the Teachers Center's website as a learning resource for teachers. The center and its website will be commissioned this academic term. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
The Roxborough Branch Library was opened in 1979 by Dr. Cuthbert Joseph, then Minister of Education and Culture. The building was also designed by William Koo, and it was the first multi-purpose library built in Tobago. Now, staying with the theme of books, the NGC Bocas Lit Fest is labeled as the Caribbean's biggest festival of words, stories, and ideas. Now, in its 8th year, the festival promises to be action-packed, and the children are getting involved too. Here's how.
Story building with children develops their imagination and creativity. You see, stories are fertile ground for cultivating children's literary skills. And through the National Gas Company's Bocas Lit Fest Storytelling Caravan 2018, children in Tobago fine-tuned their literary abilities as they were a part of creating a story entitled A Blue Crab's Trip to New York.
Where is the blue crab right now?
In the sea.
Which part?
In the ocean.
The story of the Blue Crab's adventure will eventually be compiled and published, and the children will be listed as the book's authors.
What we wish to do, what we search to do and work to do is to empower children, to empower you to think, to be able to work things out in your own mind and about challenges that you get in life. The Bocas wants you to be able to write better, to listen. And because we want you to listen, we created an event that with a difference.
But that was not all that they offered. There was also storytelling.
And Nancy lost he had. You all ever look at a Nancy well? Or you all know who is a Nancy? A Nancy is that cunning little spider that you'll see running all about the place. Do you know that a Nancy head basically is off because of him not keeping a promise?
The NGC Bocas Litfest Children's Storytelling Caravan is held every year at the National Libraries leading up to the 5 days Bocas Litfest. The Bocas Litfest can be described as a lively celebration of books, writers, writing, and ideas with a Caribbean focus and international scope. I am Keishon Wilson for Let's Talk Tobago.
We have to take a break, but when we return, the story of local fashion designer Ted Arthur is one you would not want to miss. Stay with us. Let's Talk Tobago. We'll be right back.
Hey, why don't you step into the Scarborough Library facility? It has all the knowledge of our land, people and heritage that you just won't find online. The Scarborough Library facility is now open. Tobago Library Services. Information inspires innovation.
This week we continue with our My Tourism series. Featured this time around is talented local designer Ted Arthur of Ted Arthur Leather Collections. Now his designs are owned by high-profile personalities such as the Obamas and singer Ashanti. This is the story of his incredible journey of design and entrepreneurship that spans almost 3 decades. Listen up.
When I just got into high school, Economy sneakers was trending those days, and I wanted to get one. So my parents went looking, mom and dad, and they saw this guy doing a leather craft, but he was doing it so neat and so well. You know, they asked, "Can my son come and learn?" You know, he said, "Yeah, sure, he come." They asked me. I said, "Well, I ain't nothing to do, so me as well." In the back of my mind, in my head, I would always say, one day I'm going to start back doing leather craft, but whatever I'm going to bring to the table, I want it different. I am Ted Arthur from Ted Arthur Leather Collections. I'm the main designer there, and I've been doing this for the last 28 years. You know, 28 long, hard working years. I do all the hard work. But I always like designing, you know, designing houses, you know, designing shoes, designing bags, and, you know, having that kind of passion. I kind of lean towards this side. You know, I cater for persons who like unique stuff, who like things that are different. You know, so if you look at the designs of my work, it's, you know, not the normal run-of-the-mill designs you will see around, but designs that are unique. And I did that specifically so that I could draw the attention of the crowd, because to get into a market like this, where there are so many designers, you know, you have to come different. When I design things that have all these sharp curves and geometric finishes and so on. And along with that, I apply the color. I also look at the creator's way of how he applies colors, how he mix colors. So if you look at my workshop, it's open to the natural elements, you know, the flowers in the backyard there. And I look at these plants, I look at the flowers and see how the colors are blended. And I just copy it. Who could do something better than the creator? They can't do better than that. If you notice, my footwear, they are padded, they are soft. Before they used to be hard. The reason why they are soft, because the client would ask, "Mr. Arthur, don't you have something softer?" I say, "Yes, you know." Then when I keep hearing it over and over, I say, "You know what? Let me do what the clients ask for." And that has been a selling point in my product, because they like the softness, the comfort of the footwear. So now that there's a demand for Ted Arthur products, both locally and internationally, we have now looked at, you know, manufacturing some of our products. And what that has brought to the table now, it is going to become more affordable for many of our customers and even new customers. So it's like a painting. You have the original, and you could get a print. Well, Tadata could get the original handcrafted product, but you could also get a manufactured piece at a more affordable price. And this is the direction we have to, because they ain't getting any younger. You know, what is nice is that my nephew is also, you know, very skilled, very artistic, and what was nice is that he loved the craft. He's into jewelry, but he's very, very skillful with his hands. And he's now working along with me. We wanted that name to kind of live on for a few more years. A few of my greatest accomplishments, first of all, my long, loyal customers, and also some of my items were gifted to some of the world-renowned artists and personals. For instance, we have Ashanti. We also have the Obamas. And there was a package hand-delivered from the White House from Michelle Obama, thanking Tadata for the gift that she received. In the next 3 to 5 years, where I would like to see Tadata is Tadata Leather Collection. Is of course having a online store, right? Because that is where everybody doing things now, and really getting the product into the hands of persons pretty much all over the world, selling Tobago and selling Tadata. And that's my tourism story.
It's now time to have your say. It's the segment of our program where we hear from you, the viewers. We'll now have a look at who had their say this week.
Alright, so we're here with Miss Jordan right now. So we're here with Bruce right now. So we're here with Brent right now. We're asking Mr. Philip. Are we asking who's Winchester? I can't talk with it. I tell you that. You have to put that on camera, man.
Keyshawn say have your say. Right now, I'm just relaxing at the Lowlands Mall, but we came out to find out what do people think about the upcoming Tobago Jazz Experience 2018. All brought to you courtesy of good friends at B-Mobile. Have your say starts now.
I want to get a whiff of Tobago Riley here coming to Speyside, so that'll be something looking forward to see. You know, basically, and see whatever acts again that comes to the country.
It's a good experience for me because I'm really looking forward to it. My boy Neo, Fantasia, that's my girl, and that's it. That's what's up.
Yes, I'm going Speyside. I'm looking forward to see Taurus Riley.
I feel excited because actually it's been my second time going and take part. Actually went first time, which was last year, and I find it was really awesome and it was a really good thing to experience.
I think it's an opportunity that we should not miss at all to keep, regardless how small it is, but it's an opportunity that we should always grab to keep the tourists coming, whether local or foreign.
We close yet another edition of Let's Talk Tobago, and as always, we thank you for watching. Please email us with your comments or queries about the program, and be sure to visit our website, like our Office of the Chief Secretary Facebook page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. From our house to yours, I'm Davia Chambers, along with the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, wishing you a safe and very productive week. We close now with a montage of the marble pitching competition. Do enjoy.